Peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is hip hop album review part 49. I'm recording this the double R edition. Reason being is because I'm gonna be reviewing these two albums. Drag-On's first album, Opposite of H2O, released in 2000, and DMX's third album, And There Was X, released in 1999. Start with the first album of the day. This album, like I said before, is Drag-On's first album. But for those who don't know who Drag-On is, he's an MC that is or was part of the Ruff Ryders team. You know what I mean? That consists of DMX, Eve, LOX, Drag-On himself, countless others and shit like that. And they had released their first album, Ruff Ryders Volume 1, Ride or Die. And there was a song called Down Bottom that was on that first album, which was also a single. And that was a Drag-On solo track, and that song is what introduced him to the world. And that was pretty much a popular song when it first came out, and that's what got him noticed and stuff like that. And then a year later, he had released this album. Nothing to it. If you guys like, old school Ruff Ryders, that sound, like Swizz Beatz, older beats, like I like it. Not the shit that he's putting out now, not the bells and whistles, Swizz Beatz and his annoying ass chants that he do. You know what I mean? If you want to hear that Swizz Beatz, I mean, this is not the album for you. But if you want to hear the old school Swizz Beatz, like you guys know what I'm talking about, this is the album to cop. I'm not gonna break through the songs because it's just nothing but braggadocious songs. I mean, it's no conceptual songs. It's just songs that you can just vibe to. Like, just you play in your car, you have a nice system, and the beats are dope. He's not the most lyrical dude in the world, but it's definitely, it's not something to take seriously. It's just a song. If you with your boys, you just want to drive around, whatever, hear some ill beats, this is the album to pick up and listen to. He had released two albums after that, I believe. He put out Hell and Back in 2004. I wasn't too crazy about that album. That was kind of whack. It was whack, to say the least. And he made a independent album called Street Development back in 2007, which I didn't even hear it, but I could imagine it's not even that good. And to be real with you, I wasn't really following Drag-On like that, to be honest with you. After this album, I just kind of fell off with the whole Ruff Ryders, stuff and things of that nature. But this is Drag-On, Opposite of H2O, released in 2000. Go pick it up, you can find it. Then we got DMX's third album, And There Was X, released in 1999. You guys should know who DMX is. Don't know, go check on Wikipedia or Google, whatever. But like I said, this is his third album. I did a review on his first two albums and his fourth album, which are It's Dark, Hell Is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Those two albums right there, definitely his best albums. And I want him to make albums like that again, in my opinion. That's the DMX I miss, you know what I mean? And I did a review on his Great Depression album, which was released in 2001. I did a review on that as well. I wasn't too crazy about that album. I thought that album could have been a little bit better, but just listening a bunch of times, it grew on me. But when I first heard it, I was kind of because it was a little bit more polished than his first two albums. And getting back to this album, this is his third album, like I said. Definitely dope album, by the way. Singles this album is known for. It comes with 3 singles. Singles are Party Up, which of course everybody knows about that song. What's My Name, and What These Bitches Want, or to be PC, What You Want. Alright? Let's get with let me tell you about the features too. Features are kept to a minimum, thank God, because a lot of cats these days they like to have a whole bunch of features in their albums, and it just ends up becoming like a compilation album. But that's not the case with this album. Features, Cisco, LOX and Dragon, Regina Bell, and Dime, who I guess is like I guess she was like an in-house singer of Rough Riders or whatever. I never heard of her. But anyways, get into this album. The first song is called The Kennel, which is like a skit, whatever. You just hear DMX talking to his pit bulls and stuff like that, just getting them riled up and shit, whatever. It's pretty dope. Second song, One More Road to Cross, dope song. Definitely a dope way to start the album. This sets the tone of the album. You just get the typical DMX, just like the all riled up, high energetic DMX that we all love and miss. You know what I mean? Third song, The Professional, pretty dope song. Really like the beat. That song, when I got off from it, he's talking about point of view of a hitman. You know what I mean? Like what they go do and stuff like that. What they'll do just for money and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty dope. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about the movie too, even though he doesn't reference like John Reno or any of that. But I guess that's where he got influence to make that song from. You know what I mean? And that movie is dope. Definitely check that movie out. Fourth song, Fame, pretty dope song. It talks about how having fame is a double-edged sword, because it's cool because you get to meet different people, you get to tour around all over the world, you get to fuck a whole bunch of different type of girls and shit like that, girls that you fucking hit it and quit it, you'll never see them again. But then it's a double-edged sword because like when you're famous, like you got people that really fuck with you, like whether it be like some of your friends or people that you didn't even know, or like certain family members, they see you doing it big, and they want to ask you for money, like, yo, can you do me favors and shit like that. And that's what I got from the song, man. It talks about how that's how fame is a double-edged sword, and I just explained why. Fifth song, A Lot to Learn, which was this is a skit and stuff like that. And sixth song, Here We Go Again. It's a song. It's pretty much about DMX. He's talking with a kid, little shorty, stuff like that, who looks up to DMX. Cause DMX, he's out there doing his dirt and shit like that. How little kids are nowadays. They just wanna follow the people that's that's making all the money, that's getting all the girls, is just putting in work in the streets and stuff like that. And a lot of kids today, unfortunately, look up to that. And this is pretty much what he's talking about. But then, like, the kid that he's trying to talk to, he's kind of like a knucklehead. Like, and he's just always trying to he's always getting himself in trouble, and things of that nature. And DM is just trying to like stray him away from that. You know what I mean? But it's a dope song, it's a dope concept. Dope twist to it. And that was Here We Go Again, number 6. Party Up. I believe it was the second or the third single off the album. That pretty much made this album where it's at. It's definitely his most breakthrough song. I mean, you play that song in a club, everybody's dancing. I mean, it's a timeless song. You know what I mean? When that song first came out, everyone went crazy, and to this day, you play that shit, niggas will go crazy, go buck wild. You know what I mean? That's Party Up. Song number 8, Make a Move, pretty dope song. It's pretty much about DMX. He's just tired of being broke, so he's just trying to make a move. Like trying to make that money. So he gathers up his crew, make up his own little crew, drug crew and stuff like that, and just become a big drug kingpin and stuff like that. And it's interesting because the first verse, like half of the first verse, if you guys are familiar with the movie Belly, the opening dialogue of the scene where he's doing like when DMX is narrating, the first half of the verse is what he said in the dialogue, but he made it into a rhyme. I thought that was pretty ill. And another interesting about that song, Make a Move, there's a demo version of that song that he released back in the mid 90s. I want to say like around 94, 95, where he uses a Teddy Pendergrass sample, and I guess it was for a mixtape or whatever. But I guess the song didn't clear, or didn't clear the sample, so he had to, make a Dan Grease, who made the beat, had to do the beat again, had to do the beat, and hooked them with an ill beat and stuff like that. But if I find that song, I'll definitely post a link to that. Number 9, What These Bitches Want, featuring Cisco. Pretty dope song. That was another single as well. I think that was like the last single off the album, because I remember it was What's My Name, which was What's My Name was the first single. Then Party Up was the second. Then What These Bitches Want was the last single, or one of the whatever. But pretty much he's talking about shorties that he's fucked with in the past, and just the drama that he brings, that they bring to him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he talks about how girls they're just naive and they're just fucking drama queens and shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's not all girls, but it's just the girls that he's dealt with in the past and stuff like that. And that's what I got from What These Bitches Want. 10th song, What's My Name? Like I just said before, that was the first single that came out. That came off from this album. That song was pretty big in New York. I mean, Hot 97 used to play that song all the fucking time, and it's a pretty dope song. Dope video too as well. Dope song. More to a Song, number 11. That's a dope song. It's kind of reminiscent to Fame, but with a different twist. And More to a Song, it talks about how just because you see rappers with money, chains, jewelry, cars, and women, the rap game is not what it's cracked up to be. With all of that comes with consequences and stuff like that. Where it talks about nobody's vulnerable, nobody's invincible. Like anybody can get got and stuff like that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So he talks about how the rap game is not what it's cracked up to be. It's actually more stressful and stuff like that. So don't let the the whole money, cars, and all that shit get to your head, because all that shit you don't really own. Shit like that. That's what I got from that song. Don't You Ever, number 12, dope song. The Shakedown skit, pretty dope. It's just a skit or whatever. Number 14, DXL, Hard White, featuring LOX and Dragon. That's a pretty dope song. What I got from that song, I feel like it's like a how should I say it? Like a sequel to that song Blackout that was on DMX's Flesh on My Blood album. Very dope album. Dope song, by the way. Go check it out on YouTube, whatever. 15, number 15, Coming For You, I should say. What I got from that song, it's kind of paying homage to Damien, like the Damien songs and stuff like that he does on his that he did in his first 2 albums. It's pretty much the same thing, and that's what I got from that. 16 song, Prayer 13. Prayer number 3. Every DMX album he always has to have a prayer. You guys know how he's very religious. He's always devotes his life to God and stuff like that. You guys know how he do. 17, Angel, featuring Regina Belle. Dope song. It's pretty much talking about how it's okay to love God. It's always good. Like if you're going through hard times, it's always good to ask God for guidance and stuff like that. And then like he talks about how he's going through a lot of bullshit. He's going through a lot of bullshit in life, and he just want God to be in his corner, just always be there for him, and things of that nature. And I think that was like a nice, inspirational song and stuff like that. And the last song, which is a bonus track, Good Girls Bad Guys, featuring Dime. What I got out of that song is how girls like bad guys and shit like that, like how bad boys always get the bad boys, you know that old bullshit, like how girls like bad boys and all that shit, not all girls, but just like the girls that's fucking naive and shit like that. And then when they realize like all that bad boy shit, it's never worth your time, why waste your time and shit like that. and you know that's what they talk about and stuff like that. So, and that's it, people. That's the review. And with this album, I thought it was okay. I thought it was a cool album. It's definitely not as dirty as the first two albums, but this album right here is actually DMX's highest selling album to date. It actually went 5 times platinum, which is crazy. Which is to no surprise, because that song "Party Up" is what made this album very popular and stuff like that. And you know, songs like "What's My Name," "What These Bitches Want," but "Party Up" is like the song that really made this album where it's at right now. Like as far as like the stature and stuff like that. And you know, a lot of people's complaining with this album that this album had like more of a. It was kind of going to a more commercial side. You know what I mean? Like it's like I said, the beats were like a little bit more polished. It wasn't as dirty like the first two. Kind of went more commercial in a commercial route in a way, but it wasn't corny. But just as like the sounds and stuff like that. But that's it, people. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. Peace.